What's going on, chaps and chapettes? It's oh my gosh, it's Josh back with you today with another video. What are we doing today? We are going to make a Quad Cortex patch, and I'm going to run you through on how you upload these onto the Quad Cortex Cloud. So as you can see, we've got Quad Cortex cam set up, and I'm going to go for some really big sounding, kind of heavy as hell Octave, Fuzz, clean, crunchy goodness, kind of get a little bit of everything, and we should have some fun when doing so. I'm kind of going to plot out my signal path. This will make sense with how I'm doing it. So firstly, I'm going to put this down to coming into row 3, and then I'm going to have the output to multi here. So it doesn't look like too much at the moment, but bear with me, we will get there. So obviously at the moment we just got DI sounding. We got nothing. We'll add in the gain patches first. So I'm going to run a stereo rig for this, and so I've kind of got a split here so I can put my amps either side. So I am very lucky to have a few nice captures from the wonderful Reverb Massad. So as you can kind of see at the moment, I've now added 2 amps. So I've got an SLO and I've got a Victory VX Kraken or VX100 on a gain 2 with the focus. So I'm going to come down here now, and I'm going to do another stereo split. I'm going to throw in some cabs. So I'm going to go for a couple of 412s. Let's go for some Nico creams. Let's go for some Cali. So let's have a look. Okay, that's not a bad start. That's not a bad start. So let's get a clean amp in there as well. Firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start when I add all these to trigger turning them on and off for different patches. Cab won't worry too much about at the moment. So I was just playing around, and I've just changed this to a demo capture just as I thought it sounded a little bit better. I just feel there's a little bit more definition in there. So now I've put in 2 cleans. So we've got an SLO Sparkle and M0, so Mezzabarba. Now that's about right for me, because I kind of like my cleans to have a little bit of grit to them. Right, so I think I'm happy with those. I just had a little bit of a tweak with the microphones on the cab, so I'm now running a 421 and a 57, and then a 160 and a 57 as well. Next up, I'm just going to add a little bit of EQ. EQ makes the world go round. So we'll just load up As you can see, I did save it at the top here Just named it VX100 because that's the sort of sound we're going for. Yeah, for the fact I don't want to lose the preset in case something happens, so we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. So I've got one at EQing, but I'm going to add in another one now, and just as to filter out the tones a bit more. Ugh. Yeah, baby. Well, I quite like that. That sounds a bit naughty to me, doesn't it? Right, what shall we go for next? Let's add some reverb. I'm gonna go for some plate lush. Let's just try. Okay, I think we can tweak that a little bit more. So I'm going to take out just a little bit on the low pass. Let's go to about... Yes, yes, 1,000 yeses. See how that works with the clean. Yeah, I'm quite liking that so far. So, let's add some delay. Now, I have a particular delay setting that I like. On this, as you can see, I've got 2 split delay times, and the mix is quite high, the sync's off, and a fair bit of feedback, because I really want this to come together like... better if I show you. So if I take one side off, I'm just going to play through this delay and you'll get what it sounds like. That sort of sounding delay. Next up, let's go for some compression. So I'm going to go for an 87 because that kind of imitates your sort of Neve style compressor. Let's just twiddle a bit of makeup. Don't want that much mix. Yep, happy with that so far. So I was going to try something else. So I feel like the heavy sound is kind of sounding a little boxy. so these captures that Rabia has sent me are actually already with some cabs by the sound of it, so that would explain why it was doing that. So now we're going to kind of start building some scenes. So E now is going to be my default preset, and this is going to be the kind of like the metal, girthy, riffy sound, which will be like so. I'm going to call this chunky because it doesn't love a chunk. Next, we're going to go for scene F, and this now is going to be my clean. So we'll call this just clean for now because I can't think of anything in particular to change it. So we're going to go for now like a lead sound. So what I'm going to do is go to scene E to make this easier. Copy scene E to G, and then what I'm going to do is we're going to add, I've got a capture, a tube screamer, so let's put in a tube screamer and I'll just give it a little bit of treble. Ugh, yes baby. So now we'll call this stanky lead. Now I am going to make, let's go for some filth. Now we're going to add in let's add in the Mr. Black Thunderclaw fuzzy overdrivey goodness. Let's just dial back a little bit on output. Again, I'm just kind of like spitballing here and trying things and seeing what works. Don't want all that much treble because I think we've already got a fair bit in there already. And let's dial back some distortion. And you can just sit here, it's adding that like kind of fuzzy hair to it. And what pairs well with Fuzz? Octave. Octave is always good, and now I know I have already a Octave kind of preset, like I've set my defaults on this to where I want to be. Oh, 1,000 times yes. I'm just going to add the tube screamer just to push it that bit more. So now this is where kind of like my idea is going to kind of come to fruition. So what I want to try and do now is we're going to switch this up now to Stomp mode. So at the moment we can see kind of they're all a bit over the place. So now I've got nothing set up in Stomp mode. So this is where my genius is going to come in. So we're going to set now Octave to A, the Fuzz to B, Tube Screamer to C, and then we'll put a compressor onto D. So now we'll see that these are put on at the top. And go back into C mode, and you can still see that they're set up at the bottom. So now we're going to go to the hybrid mode, and I want to put the stomps on top of scene. So now if I go into the hybrid mode, we can now see that this is set up kind of in the way I want. So we can go from the clean go from the chunk, and then if we just want to add in the thunderbolt, we don't want that, we want just the octave. Excellent, right, so I'm pretty happy with how that patch has turned out. So now we're going to upload this onto the Cortex Cloud. So as you can see, I'm highlighted now on the VX100 patch that I've made. So we're going to upload this now by pressing the cloud option, and then it brings up this little column. So now I'm going to simply press that to upload it onto the cloud. So now what I will do is show you. I'm going to go into the Cortex Cloud app on my phone. As you can see, it's loading up. I'm going to come to my presets here. My folder's got presets, and boom, here we have Victory VX100. Go to the scenes, we can see we've got chunky, clean, stanky lead, huge octave, and the captures that come with it. And that is quite simply as easy as that to upload it onto the cloud. And all you gotta do is then switch it to public, and away you go. So I hope you have found this video nice and informative on how you can make a preset and upload it onto the Quad Cortex Cloud. Hopefully, if you have a Quad Cortex, you can download this and try it out. Hopefully you found that as a really nice informative way on showing you how easy it is to actually build a fully heavy, girthy, thick metal sound on the Quad Cortex, and a very easy demonstration on how quick you can upload this onto the Quad Cortex Cloud and then download it on your Quad Cortex. You can check out more of my Quad Cortex videos here on Pedalboards of Doom by going up into the top corner here. You can see a video that I've also made, and you can find out more on the Oh My Gosh, It's Josh playlist here on Pedalboards of Doom. If you liked this video, please drop it a like, drop it a share, and if you're not subscribed, why not? Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, get notified. Thank you once again for tuning in and watching this video, and until the next time, I will see you guys very soon.